Hey, this is Mike from 424recording.com, and in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Roland's Cloud service.
Hey mom, keep it down. Try to rock it in the basement of the crowd.
Subscription-based services seem to be all the rage these days, and it makes a lot of sense why. A lot of these companies that had these tried and true physical products of days in the past now are moving to a digital-only model, or digital products that they can sell. I mean, digital products, it's no secret that they're some of the best products to sell because you can make an infinite amount of them. Much like my ebook, The Cure for Gas, that you can download for free at 424recording.com. Shameless plug right there. But, my point is, in days of yore, I would have had to print this up myself or had a publisher or, funded a print run myself. And in today's world with the internet and digital products, I can make a 25-30 page book and give it away for free and have an unlimited amount of copies, which is very similar to these cloud services and the digital products that they offer. So for instance, Adobe Creative Cloud is something I use for the channel. Photoshop, you used to have to go to a computer store, buy the programs in a package, and then in a year or two when they release the next version, that would be out of date. The cloud services, a big benefit of them is that, now Adobe can constantly update Photoshop and constantly update the other applications in their cloud, much like Roland, which is what I understand. They also have what is called Roland Cloud, which is a subscription-based service for synthesizers, drum machines, other types of software instruments. It looks like they have some contests on there from time to time, but it makes sense. I mean, I think we're moving to more of a digital world with digital products. And I was just listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about, are we the last generation of people that are going to want physical products? Because everything is increasingly more in computers and iPads, phones, etc. So this story I came across online. Roland just released the JX-3P, is the latest classic synth to land on the company's cloud plugin platform. It's on Music Radar. And it's pretty interesting because it says that this is like a lesser known synth from the 80s. It's not like some of the other ones they have in the cloud. On Roland Cloud they have basically the Legendary series, I think, is the ones that are interesting to me, and maybe just because I don't know as much about synthesizers, but because you can get the TR-808, TR-909, the Jupiter 8-106, Juno 106, Pro Mars. Some of these older instruments that that will cost you a pretty penny to get and also maintain and repair are now offered, at a price of $20 a month. The other interesting thing with this program is that they have this, it's called the Yours Loyalty Program, and basically after I think a year of subscription to the Roland Cloud, you get to keep one of the instruments of your choosing. So you get the actual digital program. I guess you no longer are beholden to the Roland Cloud. I think this is an interesting price model, and I think it seems to be very well thought out in terms of the pricing too. It seems very reasonable, to get an 808, a 909 these days. I don't know, it's going to set you back a few thousand easy. The Juno 106 and the Jupiter, some of those rare synths, they're also they've gone up into they're just become very popularized in modern music and indie rock, and it's another one of those things. 106, like those Juno models, like you used to be able to get them for dirt cheap or a lot cheaper than they are now, and a lot of bands using them because they have fucking great sound, analog sound, which kind of segues into the other point I wanted to make about this was, what is your take on the digital versus analog products? I mean, for a couple $100 a year, they offer a 10% discount. You can get all these digital emulations. But again, does the digital sound match up to the analog sound that the original machines had? I feel like that's always the biggest question when it comes to this stuff. I guess from what I've seen, a lot of this stuff is close enough, but it's still, I feel like it's always the gap of, the sound of a solid state guitar amp to a tube amp, like that. I feel like that's a gap that can never be closed. And as good as plugins get, and it's I don't know if they ever quite sound like the analog counterparts that they're meant to emulate. So, but I think this seems like a really cool program. I don't think I would ever join it unless I was Mr. Moneybags and I had a reason to use all these sounds. There's a 30-day free trial, but I just thought it was interesting, especially for the conversation of how things are moving more to a subscription-based price model or a subscription-based service in terms of the digital world. Even with the channel, I've considered doing some sort of subscription-based or digital-based forum or something of that line. Even my patreon.com/424recording, that's essentially a subscription service. It's not, I'm not offering cloud instruments in the cloud, but I think as we rely more on the internet in today's age, we're going to see more companies doing this. And obviously plugins are no new thing. They've been around for a while, but the technology does seem to be getting better. And now that we're able to, once you make one of those plugins, you can have an infinite copy of them. So, it remains to be seen. I don't know if anybody's tried these synthesizers, the drum machines. I could see, if there's just like samples of the actual drum machines, then yeah, but these are actually like physical emulations, and they talk a lot about the proprietary technology and the things they use to make them, but I don't know, I've never tried it. I just thought it was interesting discussion about cloud-based platforms, and I don't know, leave a comment below, let us know what you think about cloud-based subscription services. If you're a member of Roland Cloud, if you're a member of the Yours program, that's the program that allows you to keep the instrument after 12 months, one instrument. Let us know, So for $215 a year, you can own an 808, a 909 official Roland emulation. So I don't know. Let us know what you think. I'm curious, and yeah. This is Mike from 424recording.com. Godspeed, my friends. Make sure you do something you want to do today, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop. Peace.